God, so I was gonna tell this story, man. It ain't even, well, I guess it's Uber Stalker Stories, but it's not like it's an Uber stalker. But I've had some situations in Uber where it's like, okay, they might be a stalker. Let me, some stuff. But so, and the reason I'll tell you this story because I had some situations, man. I think if you drive long enough, you're gonna have situations where you have people that are gonna find you attractive or not, if you're an attractive person or whatnot. Obviously, I used to model, and I'm getting ready to get back into it. So I run into people that they do find me attractive, men and women. And unfortunately, I found that out just driving, But what I was alluding to was a story, man. I dealt with a stalker. I just wanted to tell this story, right? So, dang, I don't even know what I'm gonna label this. But so I had a friend, man, a long time friend, man, that I was cool with, man. We talked, all the time. You had that friend like that you just cool with, but you don't really want to deal with them like that. But they cool, so you know what I'm saying. Y'all get along, y'all talk about a lot of stuff, and y'all develop a good friendship, like a straight friendship. They might be kind of attractive, maybe a little bit, maybe not so much, or maybe they do. But like, so this particular friend, she found me attractive and everything, man, and she liked me. Like, she was always trying to like really talk to me, but I didn't really want to talk to her like that. Because I just knew, like, I talked to her enough, and I knew enough about the situations that she was dealing with, us that she had to know, like, yo, I don't wanna see her like that, because she might turn into some kind of stalker. So I initially knew, and my intuition was there on it, that I didn't listen. And so anyway, so I talked to her, and we was cool for a while, man. And she knew kind of the stuff I was going through with my situation. I had a relationship at the time, and so she knew about it, and she knew everything that went on with it and stuff. And she was always like kind of trying to get at me, but I would be like, I don't know, I ain't really, trying to, deal with it like that. I was like, I consider you a friend. You're a friend. I like to keep my friends in the friend's place. That's what I like to do. This particular friend did not want to stay in that place. No, she did not. So years went by. I didn't really see her and everything, and we didn't talk or nothing. And then, like, out of the blue, she hit me up. We'd talk a little bit, and I wouldn't talk to her for a long ass time. So she hit me up one year, and I just had left out of the relationship. With my kid's mom, right? I was through. I had walked away from that. And she knew how long I was trying to work with that and trying to make it work and everything. So she had been trying to get at me and everything. And I told her, you just throw stuff out there because you don't want to deal with somebody for real. I was like, yo, I ain't really trying to see you like that, man. You live too far away. We ain't gonna do that, And so she had hit me up one day. She knew I had moved into my own place and all that. She hit me up one day and was like, so if I was there, you would have dated me and all this and that. I was like, I don't know, it's a possibility, but man. So she goes and she tells me, like, she hit me up one day. She's like, yeah, I gotta come out there. My cousin, like, she's went missing. Don't nobody know where she at. We ain't heard from. We ain't talked to her. So I'm about to pull up. On her. So I'm about to come down there. I'm like, oh, okay. She coming down. So she gets on the road. She drives up and everything, and she was she comes out and she hit me up like, yo, I'm here, I'm trying to, link up with my cousin. I'm trying to find out she wasn't there and this and that. So, I don't know what's going on. She's like, Okay. I didn't think a lot of it, at the time. But then, like, she wanted to see me and all that. So I went to see her and everything, man. We hung out a little bit that day. And then, like, she wanted to hang out again. We hung out again the next day. And yeah, what ended up happening, like, she had her son. She brought her son with her too. So her son played like the first day, and then the next day we hung out. It was just me and her, just chilling, right? And we ended up doing something, right? And after that, I'm like, man, I kind of feel some kind of way. I'm like, man, she a friend. I already know she kind of be maybe on one a little bit. So I was like, I don't know if I want to keep on dealing with her. I hate that this happened. And so she ended up leaving like the next day, and she ended up leaving, going back wherever she went. No, she didn't even go. Matter of fact, she didn't even go all the way back home. She went back to like Austin or something. She was hanging out in Austin. She got staying with somebody. I don't know. I really don't even know, man. I can't even tell you. But she was staying with somebody in Austin and all that. And she kept on talking about she was gonna come back and she wanted to see me again and stuff. I think it was some kind of family that she was staying with in Austin. Yeah. And so she ended up coming back, man. Left her son out there with them, and we hung out again. And hold on, guys. She got so many damn phones and shit, man. Hold up. Damn, I done unplugged it. Alright, my fault, guys. With me. So she left her son, she came back on. We kind of was dealing with each other. Like, I wasn't dealing with nobody, so I felt like it was cool. I was like, if I was with somebody, then I wouldn't even deal with her at all, right? But I wasn't with nobody. So, and you vulnerable and all that. So she took advantage. She knew that I had moved out and I was living by myself. She knew that, I don't usually stay like single for no long period of time. Like, I'll be back into a relationship or whatever. But she knew, so she came down and stuff, and she was kind of trying to take advantage of the moment. And so ultimately, she ended up, after, a couple times, I could tell she was getting a little attached, man. And so I didn't really want to, be hanging out with her too much, because I noticed. I know how that can go. So anyway, what she ended up doing, man, she was talking about, oh, I got a job opportunity there. Oh, I got this job opportunity, and, I'm thinking about taking it, this, that, and the other. So she was like, she was coming back. Now mind you, she was only supposed to have been coming down to, see if her cousin was good. This is what she said, right? But she ended up coming down, and from that moment on, she was trying to stay down. Now, y'all know how the saying go, man. Like, folks get attached, man, especially you start having intimate relations with them, man. If it's good, like, if it's good, they gonna try and, deal with you. Like, that's kind of what it is, man. You could really get somebody caught and hooked up on you through sexual relations. If you know what I'm saying, if you good at what you're doing, or if they just ain't never had nothing good, or it's a couple of reasons why, but I've had this happen to me a couple of times, man. No, we just talking about this story right now, though. Okay, so anyway, she moved. She ended up coming down, getting her Airbnb and everything, staying there. And, like, she asked when she was like, oh, I'm coming out. You gonna come help me move my stuff in and stuff like that? I'm like, okay. So I was like, really was just gonna come do that, and that was it. But I think she just had in her mind, she was already trying to establish a relationship. That had came apparent. She was really trying to establish something. So I came through, helped her a little bit. She didn't really have much to move. She only had her van, her little SUV that she had filled up, and she ain't had like no furniture or nothing like that. But she had me helping, so that was fine. I helped out. And then from there, you know, she started wanting me to come by like all the time. Like she wanted me over there all the time. And I'm like, look, man, you know, this ain't what I signed up for. We just friends. You know, I was just trying to, you know, just keep the distance. And it's like she moved down with the whole intention of understanding in her mind that I was going to see her frequently. So I would go and see her like once, then I wouldn't see her for like a couple days, maybe a week or two. You know, mind you, we would be kind of intimate or whatever, messing around. And I wasn't doing it with nobody else, so it's like, okay. But it's a long ride, so I decided to go ahead and do the story. But so she started getting antsy and stuff, man, because I wouldn't come over there, you know. And then she started like saying stuff on my Facebook, just like I post a new picture on Facebook, something. She's like, "Oh, you posted a new picture because you want some attention." Right? I didn't give two craps about no attention, but in her mind, she was already paying me so much attention. Like she was on my Facebook trying to see what I was doing, why I wasn't seeing her all the time, you know. And so she'll hit me up, she'll send me like some pictures and stuff, but like, look at this, you know, look at me, you know. And I'm like, okay. So, you know, I would still go see her every now and again, man, but it would be like once every maybe a couple of days to a week or 2 weeks, you know. And then she just got to the point where she was just kind of fed up with it, you know. And so her son was having a birthday, right? And she wanted my son to come to the birthday. I never said he was going to go to her son's birthday, but in her mind, she already had made it up that we was going to be there, you know. So it was kind of like that Thin Line Between Love and Hate movie with Martin Lawrence, remember? When he was supposed to be at the girl's birthday and he didn't show up and shit. And so she ended up saying some stuff about how I stood him up on the birthday, and she sent me pictures of the cake. My son's birthday was like a month or so or two after hers, but she had put my son's name on the cake. She sent me the pictures and she had put my son's name on the cake and had these 2 little cars. It was like supposed to be her son and my son's car and all this and that. And so I'm like, whoa, why she put my son's name on the cake? Like, his birthday ain't for 2 more months. You know, she tried to make it like a theme for them, you know. And then, so this is why she was upset. I was like, oh, she sent me the pictures like, yeah, you owe it to me now. You got to make it up to me because you didn't come to DJ's birthday and this and that. I was like, oh, yeah, my fault. I didn't know. Oh, that was nice. You know, I tried to play it cool, right? But after that, I'm like, yeah, she kind of tripping. I don't know. I need to keep my distance a little bit. So I didn't go see her, you know. She hit me up like, when you coming to see me and stuff? And what are you doing? I told her, I was like, yo, I'll be kind of busy, man. You know, I got my boys and all that. And so it went from that to it was like Christmas Eve or something, and I was over there with my kid's mother, and I was wrapping the gifts. I was just wrapping the gifts, man, dropping the gifts. You, me and my kid's mother wasn't seeing each other, wasn't messing around, none of that, right? We weren't dealing with each other. So I'm over there doing that, and all of a sudden my phone just started blowing up. It's like 12 o'clock at night, something like, it's late, man, and my phone blowing up, and this old girl, she calling, like, what the hell? And so she was blowing up my phone and everything, man, and so I ain't answered. Then she like sent a text saying something like, you over there, I see you with your kid's mom or something. I'm like, huh? And so I'm like, I looked out the window, and I ain't see nothing. I'm like, what's going on? Wasn't nothing going on. Wasn't nothing out there. So my mom, I'm like, how in the heck I'm trying to figure out how she knew, because mind you, she stayed like almost an hour away from where I was at. So her blowing me up like that, she was blowing me up because she had seen my car over there, right? So I ain't entertaining, man. And like the next day, she like texted me and all this, saying all this stuff about, yeah, I moved all the way down here and you didn't push me to the side. You over here dealing with your kid's mom and all this and that. I'm like, huh? So I hit her up and I was like, yo, we gonna have to talk, man. Because at this point, I'm like, I'm about to cut it off completely. Like, we ain't having no more dealings at all. Because this girl is stalking. She showed up over at the crib and stuff. At the my kid's crib. And so I went to see her. And I told her, I'm like, look, we're not gonna be able to see each other no more, man. You tripping. No, I missed a part. I forgot. So, oh, that's the big part. Like, yeah, so she my boy hit me up. My boy hit me up from St. Louis, okay? He hit me up and was like, yo, man, your ex so-and-so just hit me up and was like, what do your boy got going on? She's talking about me. Because she like, some girl just called me talking all kind of crazy, this, that, and the other. She gonna do this and that to me, and she messing with him and all that. I'm like, why is she calling my ex? This is an ex I hadn't been with in like 5-6 years. You see what I'm saying? She didn't call this ex of mine and threatened her and all this stuff. And then from there, she went to she contacted my kid's mom and started talking. So I had to come back on here real quick and let y'all know, because I left a key point out. The key point I left out, man, is that old girl had somehow, she had went on Google and all that, man, and looked up all of my friends and family's information. She looked everybody, she knew everybody's address, she knew people's phone numbers. She had people, like I said, she had my ex-girlfriend's phone number, her name, she had her address. That's how she was contacting folks. So she was going above and beyond, talking about, that was stalkerish. That's when I decided for real that I couldn't deal with her, because I knew she was stalking, because there was nobody else that I was dealing with. You know what I'm saying? And then the strange occurrences started happening at the same time. That's why I had to do it like that. I had to stop dealing with her. Guys, I'm having a moment right now. I'm having a meltdown. I need some help. I'm having a meltdown. So, this morning, I woke up. I had two subscribers. Guys, I lost a subscriber today. I lost a subscriber. Now, maybe it may seem minuscule to some of you, man. Somebody like me that didn't had hundreds of thousands of or millions of views and thousands of subscribers a day, to be coming down to this, and I'm trying to hang on to the few subscribers I got, man. I had 2 subscribers this morning. Now I got 0. No, I got 1. I got 1 subscriber. 1 subscriber. That's all I got. I made 7, 8 goddamn videos, and all I got 2 subscribers. I know I ain't know that person that, man. I ain't know him like that. I know I ain't know him that like that, but I felt like we was family. We was family. We was about to be family, and they was gonna be there. I thought they was gonna be there for me. Yeah, guys. So it was a thing. It was a thing in my mind. Like once I had established that she was going to those links, and I found out that she was the one that was contacting my ex from years ago, I said, "Oh yeah, she something's wrong with her. Something's wrong with her." So that's when I decided I had to cut things off, because she was, going to those extremes. And at the same time, like I told you, she had drove by my kids' mom's house where my kids were staying and stuff, and she started calling me, acting all crazy. Once that happened, man, I was like, yeah, this woman here, she lonely, and I couldn't take the risk of continuing to deal with her, continuing a relationship with her on any level, knowing that she had become that volatile and unpredictable behavior. You know what I'm saying? Because as far as I know, we was just cool and everything else, and we was friends. But now you contacting people. Now mind you, me and her wasn't in no relationship or nothing. We was like friends with benefits, basically. And once she had got to that point, and she was stalking me, because she was online looking up information. She on my Facebook, looking at seeing who I'm talking to, who I'm who's liking pictures. When they start doing that, man, that's that stalker, that crazy, like, thin line between love and hate. Like I said, that Martin Lawrence and her and that lady was mad because he ain't come back to get that cake. It's like she did the same thing with my son, and she sent me pictures of the cake and stuff, and I'm like, yo, why is my son's name on this cake? Like, it's a kind gesture to probably come from somebody like her, but from on the inside, she looking at it like it's a kind gesture. On the outside, somebody that's not dealing with her like that ain't trying to have that kind of, like, they looking like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, a stalker don't know that they stalking. Hey, that's for real, man. A stalker do not know they stalking. You almost got to tell them, hey, you stalking. You know what I'm saying? They don't even realize. A friend had to tell them, yo, you know what I'm saying? That's a bit much. So yeah, that's the stuff that was going on that kind of led me to be like, yeah, this is going in the wrong direction. You know what I mean? Wait, because I'm getting mixed up. So she texts me saying all this stuff, like she gonna tell my kids, mom, this, that, and other. I'm like, I don't care, But this was after I went over there and told her. I told her I wasn't, gonna see her no more. Like, when I went over there to tell her I wasn't gonna see her, talk to her like that no more, we was just gonna be friends, man, the girl went crazy. Like, she went crazy, yo. Like, she started like talking like she didn't want to live no more. She was trying to tell me to take her son with me, because she was gonna do something to herself. And I was like trying to leave, I'm trying to leave. She grabbed my leg, she wouldn't let me leave out the door. Her son right there, she crying and all this crazy stuff, and her son is in there, he crying and stuff. I'm like, yo, I got to go, man. Like, and she literally would not let me out the door. Like, I had my gun. I took my gun, but I left it in the car, because I said, man, I was concerned because of the crazy stuff she was doing. But I left the gun in the car because I felt like if something happened or she got her hands on the gun, she would shoot me. And I wasn't going to be quick to pull no trigger on her unless she got to tripping. But rightfully so, when I got ready to try to leave about her, she was grabbing all over me, she was trying to seduce me. She was trying to get me to stay in there. She was grabbing me, trying to hold me, keep me in the house. She was doing all kinds of stuff. So she probably would have found the pistol if I had it on me. So I left it in the car, which was good. Like I said, when I was trying to leave, she wouldn't let me out the door. Finally, I got loose and got out the door, and she pushed her son, who was like 8 years old at the time. She pushed her son out the door too and said, "Go with him." And she was like, she was gonna basically do something to herself. She was about to kill herself, is what she was saying. I'm like, yo, this girl crazy, and so I'm like, yo, man, this ain't cool. Get your kid, man. Open the door so he can come back in. It was cold outside, man. It was like December or something, January, somewhere in there. It was cold. I know that. And he ain't had no coat or nothing. She had just threw him outside. And he was out there screaming and crying. You know, she was talking about she was gonna off herself. You know, she was gonna unalive herself. And the neighbors, all the people, she was standing like at this point in like some kind of budget in suites or something. It was like they had made it into like a long-term stay type of hotel. And so she was in there, and he was screaming and crying, and neighbors and people was looking and stuff. I'm like, man, I got ready to leave, so I'm getting ready to leave anyway. I'm like, look, get your son, man, I'm about to go. I don't know what you're doing, man. So I get in the car, she run out, start trying to, stop me at the window and stuff. She come to the window, like, roll the window down, I just need to talk to you, I need to talk to you. I'm like, man, I don't even want to talk to her at this point, because she's going crazy, right? Like, this ain't cool, I don't know what. It's foolish of me. Roll the window down, start talking to you. So she started, getting under my skin a little bit. End up seducing me. One thing led to another. We ended up in the backseat. I know, I was tripping. I was in the So anyway, I'm leaving there like, yo, I ain't never messing with this girl again. She caught me, she got me, she caught me tripping. She caught me tripping, but that was it, man. Like, after that, I cut her off. Like, I wouldn't answer her calls no more. I wasn't talking to her no more. I literally had cold turkey though. Get y'all ass on, man. Come on with that bullshit, man. You see my blinker on? These people, man, hey, Texas drivers, boy, they be loony, boy. Anyway, so I had cut her off for real. Like, I wouldn't talk to her no more. And that's when shit got crazy, yo. So I stopped answering the calls, stopped answering the texts and all that stuff, man. Cause I told her like that. I told her that night, and that was after we had, the intimate everything. I told her I was through, and she gave it 2 weeks, and then she went in. Like, I thought it was over. I thought I was in the clear. No, I wasn't in the clear. She went in at that point, right? So one day, what's happening? So I'm at my kid's mom's house. I was over there again, and she was like, I'm about to, if you don't talk to me, or whatever. She texts like, if you don't talk to me, this, that, and other. She left a voicemail, everything. I'm gonna tell your kid's mom everything. I'm gonna send her everything and all this and that. And I'm like, I don't care. You ain't got nothing to send her. I ain't with her anyway, And so she said something about, yeah, you over there with her, blah blah blah. And so I was upstairs playing with my son, and I looked out the window because I didn't see. I'm like, man, she must be over here stalking and creeping around the crib again. She wasn't there. Wasn't nobody there. So, man, I go home, you know what I'm saying, roll back to the crib and everything cool. The next day, I come outside, I go in my garage to get the truck. My license plate was missing. I'm like, damn, what happened to my license plate? Now, mind you, my garage door locked, so she couldn't have got it in there. Nobody could have got it. She came over the crib, and she got my license plate, like, while I was in the hospital. That night I was looking out the window trying to see where she was at. She was at the crib. She was at my crib. Or not my crib, but she was at my kid's mom's crib, and she took my license plate off my car. Stole the license plate. I called the police, man, reported it, right? Then after that, the next day, I pulled up at the gas station. Went to the gas station, man, went inside and everything, paid for my gas, got a drink and all that. Come back outside, my damn car been egged. It's like egg all over my car. I'm like, what in the freak do this egg on my car? I'm like, man, what the heck is going on? So I'm like, man, it's gotta be her. She out here tripping, man. So I just left it alone, man, Then I was gone, and my mom's called, because my mom was staying with me at the time. She called me, and she said, somebody just came by here and threw eggs all over the porch. They just put eggs out. So I'm like, what? I said, did you see him? She's like, no. But somebody threw eggs all over. So I came back and saw, like, yeah, the house had been egged. She had egged the balcony. And like, I stayed on the 3rd floor at the very top, right? I stayed at the very top, and it was like fenced. And I had a patio, and the door was away. So they had to be from the street level to hit that one. And the street was off away from the apartment some, and it was up 3 flights. Just threw eggs at the back, right? And I was like, damn, like this girl, you know, she wildin'. Next thing you know, man, what happened? I wasn't at my house again. She showed up at the crib. She called me and texted me talking about, I'm at your house. I'm about to knock on the door and tell your mom. I'm about to tell your mom everything. I'm like, what? She the crib. So I'm like, yo, this girl crazy. I don't want her nowhere near my mom. So I called my mom's real quick. I'm like, yo, mom, hey, do not open the door. This crazy chick is about to come over there, and she trying to do something. I don't know what she on, but she crazy. She's tripping. Do not open my door. Do not at all. She's like, okay, I won't open it. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, good, because she's been doing stuff. I think she the one that threw the eggs and all this stuff. So my mom's was cool, but she did say something. She called me and was like, some girl's at the door. She's knocking on the door, and I was like, don't open it. I'm like, don't open the door. I don't know what she might do. At this point, I knew the girl was crazy, man. I just didn't know how crazy. So then she texted me like, just please come talk to me. Please, 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 I really need to talk to you. This, that, and other. I need to talk to you. I'm like, nah, at this point, man, I said, yeah, I ain't talking to her at all. You know, like, she was tripping. She was leaving these evil messages and stuff, talking about, you know, just crazy stuff, man. Threatening me, talking about she was gonna turn me in to the feds on some stuff, or some just all kind of stuff, talking about she's trying to get me jammed up. And so what I ended up doing, man, I ended up like, that was the last straw. When she showed the crib and she took the license plate and she egged the cars and houses and stuff, I called the police, man. I said, man, I need a restraining order filed. I need a restraining order against this girl, man. She was showing up at where my kids stay. You know, like, that's like why I draw the line. You messing with my kids? Nah. So, and she had put something on like Instagram or something. Like Instagram, she did something, man, and tagged my kids' mom and all this stuff and said all kind of stuff, sent messages and things, all kind of stuff to her. You know what I'm saying? And tagged her folks and all that. So she thought me and my kids' mom was together, but we were not. We aren't, and we weren't. So she did that, man, to try to get a rise out of her that would cause her to not want to deal with me, I guess. But I already wasn't dealing with my kid's mom, so it didn't matter, and I didn't care. That's why I was like, I don't care what you tell her. I don't care. I don't deal with her. I don't plan on it. I didn't want to. I was like, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So she was doing all that, so I went to file a restraining order, and they took me through such a ringer, man, trying to get that restraining order filed, man. And they was like, well, if she does something else, we'll get her, and this, that, and the other. They contacted her and told her that if she did something else to me, that they was gonna come get her and all this. And I told her, I sent her a message like, yo, you already barking up a misdemeanor right now based off the stuff you've done. And I told her, like, and the officer was like, if you want, you could press charges. It was some stuff, one of the things she did, they were saying I could press charges. And I elected not to, but I called her folks. I somehow got in touch with her folks. And I called them and I told them. I found one of her cousins on Facebook, and I contacted her and said, hey, I need your cousin's mom's number. And contacted her moms and told her, like, yo, y'all need to get out here, get your folks. Get out here, get your folks, because she's from New York. I was like, come down here and get your folks, man. I'm about to have her locked up. I'm about to have your daughter locked the fuck up. because she tripping now. She bothering me. She bothering my kids. She's messing with my kids' mom. She up here trying to disrupt life. She doing all this stuff, and now I'm about to make life hell for her. So I was finna go ahead and press the charges. So I told her, I said, if y'all come get her, I ain't finna do nothing. I'ma chill. But if she's still down here messing with me, I'm about to press these charges. They finna come pick your daughter up. And I left it at that. And her mom started trying to act like, well, why was you there? Why you ain't tell her that you had a woman and this? What the freak are you talking about, lady? I ain't with my kid's mom. And no, I don't have to tell your daughter nothing. I told your daughter I didn't want to be with her. I told your daughter I was her friend, and that was it. Your daughter is tripping. I didn't know your daughter was crazy. So come to find out, talking to her cousin, this wasn't her first rodeo. Turns out she had stalked some other niggas, right? And I was just happened to have been next on the list, right? So once I found out, I was like, oh, she's certified crazy. Yeah, her cousin gave me the whole skinny on how she was doing some other dudes like that. So she had a history. And I knew it because I remember, me and her, like we was friends for a long time, so she would tell me about situations. So I remember situations that didn't make sense, and I didn't want to dig into it because she was my friend. So I didn't say much about it, but I was like, yeah, it sounded like it was some foul play or some weird shit going on there that you could have been, I don't know. I'm just saying, that's what I saw. So yeah, that was my stalker story, man. But the girl was threatening to kill herself and all that. She was trying to make me take her son. Her son was autistic, by the way. She was trying to force me to take him. She left him outside in the cold. All this for me, she was grabbing, like, I was concerned, man, that if she had a gun or a knife, she would have tried to kill me or something. I didn't trust her no more after that. Because turns out she had lied. She didn't even have a cousin that was in Texas or nothing. She was lying. And she was just trying to use that to get to me, and thought she could try to con me into being with her in a relationship. The whole time she was lying about stuff, man. So yeah, that was my story. That's my story, man, about being stalked. That was one situation. I had another one. Oh God. Anyway, that was just one story I wanted to tell you. I know it's kind of confusing because of some of the things and events that kind of got mixed up because, I don't know, man, there was so much going on at that time, man. I hardly remember exactly the step by step because she was doing a lot. She was doing stuff, putting stuff on Facebook, Instagram. She was showing up, throwing eggs at the car. She was throwing eggs at my house. She was knocking on the door, trying to talk to my moms, and she was contacting my kids' mom. She contacted my ex-girlfriend. She stole my license plate. She called, threatening me, threatening them, talking about she's gonna show up at my kids' school. It was a lot that she did, so I couldn't really keep up with exactly what step by step. I remember I had to write that shit out when I was filing the restraining order. But women, hey, if you gotta go to those extremes to have a dude deal with you or be with you, don't waste your time. He don't want you. He don't want you, he ain't gonna be with you. And it ain't gonna work out. You know what I'm saying? Just, you gotta learn, hey, if anything was learned by that, man, cut your losses, man. Cut your losses. In some cases, yeah, you want to fight for love. You want to fight to be with somebody that want to be with you. I had situations, man, where people wanted to be with me and I didn't want to be with them, and they put forth a little more effort, and it might have stretched stuff out a little longer, but I've also been on the opposite side of that where my girl at the time had broke up with me when we were younger, and I didn't want her to, but she did, and I didn't pursue her. I just let it go. I was like, okay, that's just what it is. Even though she had my heart and everything, I just let it go. And I look back on that time, yeah, I should have fought for that relationship, but that was more of a mutual relationship. We built something.